Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11.
Welcome into Home Track Heroes here on CW11 as we got a very special show for you guys tonight. It is Driftcon Afterdark, Kyler Hope, and as always, Danger Ben White when it comes to drift shows. And it was a crazy event and a fun one.
It was different from anything that we've done. I mean, we're trying to be innovative this year, try and do some different stuff, and this is about as different as it gets right here with this Double 8 showdown here at Driftcon Afterdark. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we did qualifying different than how we've ever done it before. It was essentially a car show. So we had a car show judge go through, grade these cars based on his own criteria that he made up all by himself, and then figure out his 8 favorite cars, and they got to pick the entire bracket and how it shook down.
Yeah, so definitely very different. You're not actually going out there and qualifying. It's, hey, we're doing a car show, and it's judged, and then you guys, drivers, are calling each other out and setting the bracket up that way. So it's definitely a unique format, and I think it turned out pretty well. I mean, we got some great battles lined up ahead of us, and I'm excited to get into it. Yeah, we're about to get into it. First off, we got to mention we lost someone very important to the drift community, Mr. Matt Risher. He kind of paved the way for idiots like me to be able to do stuff on a microphone. He was the voice of Evergreen Drift. I mean, he went around the whole Pacific Northwest, and everyone who came into contact with him had nothing but positive things to say about him, and just good memories all around. So we did a lap out there. We did a memorial lap because that's what you do at racetracks when you lose someone. And it was a pretty powerful scene, so he's definitely going to be missed. He helped out a lot behind the scenes with these Driftcon events, and hopefully we're going to be able to keep, putting these events together, having a lot of fun, and, remembering the guy while we do it. So thanks for everything, Matt. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, he's definitely on everyone's minds throughout this entire event. I mean, he was even here on CW11 a few times as well for these drift events, so definitely missed all around. But we're going to jump forward into the program now. So we've already gone through the first set of first portion of the bracket, so we're jumping into now. Drivers are fighting for their lives. So if they win this, they move on to the second course. Eventually.
Second course. So usually we only have one course layout, and at this Double 8 showdown, once we whittled it down to 8 drivers, we changed the layout. It was different. It was way more technical, but we got to get there first. So right now we got Jared Bradfield, and he's going to be going up against John Lang. So this is the first layout, and this is to seed into the top 8, that final 8.
Exactly, yeah. So Bradfield is leading in the wagon right now, being chased down by John Lang. And this is a really unique course coming right at the wall for that first outer zone. It's definitely got to be a little bit intimidating. And then right here you see them on the last outer zone coming across start-finish line. The course ends a little bit before the start-finish line, so that's why you see them follow the drift right there. But overall, really good run by both these guys. A solid lead run, good initiation there by Bradfield. And Lang, he could probably use a little bit better proximity, but overall followed the line pretty well. But judges would definitely like to see him a lot closer to the rear end of that wagon.
Yeah, when we're watching drift, it's unlike any other motorsport. I mean, that lead driver, we want him to lead that, have that perfect 100-point run out in front, and all the chase driver wants to do is stick it to his door. So you saw a little bit of a gap develop between John Lang and Jared Bradfield, but now we're going to switch positions. John Lang's going to lead the way. He's going to set the pace, and Jared Bradfield is going to do chase.
Yeah, and for those of you who have not watched a drift event here on the show before, it is all a judged motorsport, which is different, like Ben said, different than any other motorsport. And right here we're seeing John Lang put on a really solid lead run and kind of leaving Bradfield out in the dust. So the ideal situation is, like you mentioned, the lead driver, and Lang's going to do a little 360 after the fact just to put on a show for the fans. But the lead driver wants to put down a solid, like you said, 100-point run, a really good, really easy to follow run that's really consistent. And the chase driver's job is to stick it right to their door and be as close in proximity as possible. And right here we saw Bradfield right off the start just didn't carry enough speed on that first initiation point, and that really slowed him down the rest of the run. He was playing catch up and just couldn't quite stick it to John Lang's door. So it's a judge motorsport, so we're going to send it over to the judges now. They're going to be deliberating and ultimately give us a winner of each battle, and they decide who ends up moving on. So we're going to throw it down trackside with Derek Hobbs, and he's going to show us who the winner end up is. And there it is, John Lang, your winner.
All right, John, first interview of the day. Was the spin on purpose, or were you a little worried there at the end?
I was a little nervous because I didn't know where he was, but it was just all fun. That's all that matters here. just showing off for everybody.
All right, you have anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank Habits Racing or Jace Habits, Alex Chavez, my future wife, my family, everybody else that's just supporting me, helping me get out here. Like, I wouldn't be here without them. That's really cool. Awesome. Thanks for the track. Like, this is fun.
All right, we'll see you next round.
Thank you.
All right, so John Lang finds himself in the final 8. And so we're going to move on in our bracket. So up next, we're going to have Sean Moore in that Lexus IS 300. And we have Dario Redich. So Dario Redich is actually a Northwest NASCAR Rookie of the Year. And
Correct.
So he saw how much fun we were having drifting, threw a car together, came out, and man, he's got some handles behind the wheel of that car.
Yeah, he has a great looking car as well. I mean, it just looks great. That wrap job on it is awesome. It looks great up close and from a distance. As they puts down a pretty solid chase run right there. He had a little bit of a slower initiation. We'll see here on the drone. Jody FPV and Micro's FPV gave us great shots all night long. Can't wait to show you guys the rest of them. But right there, you see Dario kind of struggle on the first initiation, but ultimately closes down the gap really well. And yeah, like you mentioned, Dario was you saw him here on Home Track Heroes in a pro late model. I think maybe in a street stock even at one point, but yeah, definitely in a pro late model, and he's now transitioned over to the drift side of things, and he did a great job right there on his first chase run.
Has he got collector plates on that car? I don't know. Might have to call WSP on him for that one. I don't know about that deal. But yeah, man, he was killing it. He was actually one of the top 8 in the judge portion. So he was one of 8 drivers who got to pick names and fill out these brackets. And so, he's got himself a pretty good bracket here. He's got himself a pretty good matchup. Sean Moore in that IS 300. It was pretty cool to watch him. He made sure in the drivers' meeting to let everyone know he only had 200 horsepower.
Oh.
Man, you see right there,
yep.
right there. He could blame it a little bit on that 200 horsepower. He just kind of ran out of that skinny
Ran out of that juice.
Yeah, ran out of juice.
Yeah.
No sauce.
Yeah, because you really see him on that last outer zone. Dario took a full advantage of having a little bit more power with him, because he took that last outer zone around that South Pole really wide. And right here, like you said, Sean Moore is not able to keep up with that huge angle and all that power out there, and ultimately falls out of drift. So that should hand the win over to Dario Redich, but we'll hand over the judges, see what they really think, and go down trackside with Derek Hobbs once again.
All right, making it official. There's Derek.
All right, Dario. So you've been on the TV show before in a different kind of car. You're like, let's get rid of the pro late. Let's hop into a drift car. Just tell us about that transition.
Yeah, I've always had a great love for drifting, and always a loose car is a fast car when I'm running and racing, but I just kind of lost love for it. There was too much competition. I feel like drifting's a lot more laid back. I love the community. Everyone out here is out here to have fun. That's what I'm here for.
All right, anybody want to thank for getting you here?
Oh yeah, for sure. My dad's put in so many late hours with me. We've been working on the car nonstop, get everything done. The Lime for supporting me for like 7 years through racing and all the way into drifting, and then J2 Motorsports, and just I couldn't have done it without everyone that's been here for me.
All right, good to see you again. We'll see you in the next round.
Okay, so we got our 2 drivers figured out from bracket A. They're seeded into the final 8, but now we have to figure where they're going to fit into that, the 8 driver bracket.
Exactly.
So they're going to do battle right here. The winner goes into 1st slot. I think the loser goes into 5th slot, and we're going to see them do battle a little bit later. So the loser of this does not go home. They get to live on, do battle more, but right now, that's a dang good lead run from Mr. John Lang, and Dario just stuck it right to his door.
Yeah, Dario did everything he needed to do. We'll look again here on the replay. John, great, good speed right here, good initiation on that first one. Yeah, and Dario, I think playing it a little bit safe, not trying to be overly aggressive here on the start, and it kind of pays off for him. He's able to really suck it up here on the second half of the course. That outer clip right there, and then right here, just right in that smoke line. Judges love to see that great run by both drivers involved right here. And like you mentioned, a little bit different. Loser of this one doesn't go home, so they can maybe push a little bit harder trying to get that top spot, top seed going into the final 8.
Yeah, you said the judges loved it, the crowd loved it, the announcer loved it. I loved everything about that run there. So let's see. They're going to change positions, and we'll see what happens here. Dario Redich, a little bit of slow initiation there, but it looks like they're coming through. Nice swoopy lead run there, and leaving the door open for John Lang to do a very good chase run. You see him following a little bit behind. Nice smoke line from Dario Redich. as they both cross the finish line side by side. Nice side-by-side run from these guys, full pull. And that's John Lang's signature move. Is
spinning out afterwards.
Yeah, a little overdrift after the finish line. But you see, it's a little bit of a slow initiation there from Dario. So I don't know if that was a tactic. I don't know if he just didn't get the run-up that he wanted. But, I mean, good-looking lead run the rest of the run. And, I mean, it gave opportunity for John Lang to be right there and absolutely finishes side-by-side with him. So let's go down to Derek. Let's make it official here. Let's see if we got a winner.
All right, Dario, putting on a show out here. You know, you're really taking to this drift thing.
I'm doing the best that I can. Been getting as much seat time as I possibly can with all these amazing people here.
So, what is it? So, what do you think put you through on that battle there?
I was right up on him on that chase, and I felt like I had to. I know John Lang's a really good driver. I couldn't give him any wiggle room.
All right. Well, we will see you this was for seeding in the next one. So it looks you're a good set. Yeah, number one, you're looking good. All right. Okay, now we're starting to think once we're gonna give you like it just happens. Twice we're gonna have to start thinking this is on purpose. So is it just like for good luck now? Every run we're gonna end with the turn on the start finish line.
Well, that was the last run, wasn't it? So no, it's just for fun. Like it was an accident, but.
So okay, so normally in a drift thing, once you lose, you're out. This was just for seeding though, so you're still in. So what's kind of the mentality there to kind of get back into the competition?
Oh, I get a second chance I didn't know about, so I'm just gonna take a couple deep breaths and have fun. That's all. I just love doing this, so that's all. I'm not that worried about it.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, I'm bringing us out?
Yeah.
All right, shoot, man. Well, we brought us right out of bracket A, so we're going to bracket B.
All right.
All right, we have bracket A through D as in dog.
All right.
This is B as in boy.
Got it.
And we're going to check it out right now as we're going to... This battle is to seed into the 8, okay? So the winner of this gets to move on into the 8. Loser does go home here, and you see Chase Schmidt in that rocket ship of a BMW pro licensed driver out front, putting down a hell of a lead run, and Aaron Ram doing everything that little pony could to try and keep up.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it, just the raw power that BMW has. It sounds great, and I mean, the crowd loves, and like you mentioned, license holder, so he's definitely well qualified and coming down here, competing here in the Double 8 Showdown, and we had a couple licensed drivers in the field, I believe, right? Or is he the only one, or there's a couple?
No, there's a few licensed drivers. A lot of them are more recently licensed. He is one who has actually run a full season of Pro Spec with Formula Drift. But, you know, he likes coming out here and driving with us more. So we consider him a bit of a yardstick. We'd like to see how we measure up. And right now, Aaron Ram is going to see how he measures up next to that BMW.
So Ram now leading over Chase Schmidt. And I mean, like you mentioned before, he was doing everything he could to try to keep up with Chase's lead run when he was following. And right here, you see that power that BMW has just to suck right back up to that quarter panel of the Mustang and coming up off the corner. I mean, that was a solid lead run, but I think just the follow that Aaron had, it was just hard. It's just hard to follow Chase. You know, when you're differentiating that power that much, it's hard to do. But I mean, that was a great lead run that he did right there.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, he filled all the criteria. You see him running a nice wide line, giving ample opportunity for the Chase driver to suck up nice and close, put it on a good show. You see right here, he runs a little wide, gets a little wild with that horse, but he gathers it up, brings it back together, and they finish side by side across the finish line. So let's send it down to Derek, get that decision.
All right, Chase. So that was a kind of a higher octane battle for an early round. What were your thoughts going into that battle?
You know, I'm out here to have fun, so just enjoying driving with a bunch of these different guys. A lot of these guys I haven't driven with, so it's fun to just go out and, you know, do some new techniques and driving and stuff. So
it looked like you had a really good chase run there. You want to walk us through that?
Yeah, for sure. Just try to, like, you know, I've never driven with him, like I said, so try to leave him a little bit of gap, and then when I know he's settled up, I'll, like, reel him in real quick and get on his door, and then, but yeah, just be patient.
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
All right, so Chase Schmidt moving on. He is locked into the final 8, but we'll see him one more time to help with seating for that. But we're going to move on to the next battle here. We got Sergey Vizlati going against DJ Stubstad.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got to pronounce that name. I'm just going to call him Sergey. He's out in front. Sergey's driving the E46 BMW. DJ Stubstad has got the Ignat 350Z. And Sergey putting down a sick lead run. He was on it all day, just putting that skinny pedal on the floor and looking very good out there, very fast in that BMW.
Yeah, and that was a great chase run there by the Ignat driver, DJ. I mean, he put it right to that quarter panel most of that run, so it was a very solid, very aggressive, I think probably the most aggressive chase run we've seen, carrying a ton of speed in there on that first entry. And, I mean, you drifted for a little bit. You played around.
Yeah.
That
was okay.
Yeah, have you ever had an initiation point going right at a wall like that before? What does that got to do for the mindset of a drifter? I mean, how much does that play into how you approach each track?
It's wild, man. Like, you just got to trust that you know what you're doing. And, I mean, watching these guys all day huck their cars at it, you see some of the guys get a little bit scared, check up a little bit of speed. But throughout the day, throughout this first version of the course in the 8-8 showdown, I mean, these guys kept going faster and faster, putting those taillights deeper and deeper. I was joking while I was announcing because there was a baby at that first clipping zone, so we called it the baby zone right there. So they're getting nice and close to that baby right there by the wall. And you see DJ Substad, nice smoke line from him. That makes you know that he's committed on throttle the whole time. There you go, pouring out smoke, and Sergey not phased, finishing side by side with him, saying, hey, I'm right here, buddy.
Yeah,
you ain't going nowhere.
Sergey did a great job. He lacked a little bit of the angle, but he made up for it in the proximity. So there's different criteria that judges go off of. You'll hear us say that a lot. Angle, speed, line, or it's angle, line, and proximity are the main three. And style, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do when we're looking at qualifying. When it goes into head-to-head battles, it does get a little bit different. And you see Sergey, he's not pouring on as much angle, and that's a tactic to try and get a little bit closer to his opponent. So we'll see if it worked out. Send it down to Derek.
DJ Substat in the tan 50 against the west.
All right, so that was a great battle there. What do you think put you through on that run?
Just a super confident lead run, trying to throw it at the wall, get as close as I can, and just fluidity. Not trying to touch handbrake, let the angle do the slowing down for me and everything. So,
all right, is there anybody you want to thank getting you here?
Thank you for my girlfriend Brenna. She recently just painted this cage for me, and she designed my livery. And shout out to Derek DeLapp for putting the livery on. You guys are all awesome. I wouldn't do it without you guys.
All right, congratulations. We'll see you in the next round.
Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on CW11 Driftcon Afterdark. We are in the 8-8 showdown, about to finish out Bracket B here. Kyler Hope and Danger Ben White up here in the booth with you guys today. And like we said, it was a little bit different getting us to this point, the call-out situation to decide the brackets. I mean, kind of just walk us through more, what was that like?
Yeah, it was wild, dude. So we set all the cars up on the midway. The judge, he calls himself Drew Built. He had a Mr. Chrome JZX 100. He went out there, he cast judgment on all the cars, figured out 8 of the drivers, and then those 8 drivers got to seed the bracket, and they got to pick names. And so we're, behind the scenes, we're like, is there going to be strategy involved? Is there going to be this and that? Nah, all the drivers just showed up like deer in the headlights and just looked and go, I don't know, I guess that guy. But it was hilarious, and a lot of the battles, they worked out great. You saw a lot of parallels between, the early on battles, and then the way it whittled down. I mean, the top 8 that we ended up with, I mean, it couldn't have gotten any better, dude.
Exactly, yeah. So right here we're seeing 2 guys that are locked into the top 8, but they're battling for seeding right here. That's Chase Schmidt leading the BMW, and then the Nissan chasing this DJ Stubstad, as Chase put out a really, really solid and really powerful lead run, and DJ was there the entire way until about right here, just falls out a little bit, has to check up. Not quite sure what happened there, or if I don't know, he lost power for a second. Something weird happened, but then he's able to suck right back up to the end of Chase for the end of the run. But overall good run from both drivers.
Yeah, just a little weeble wobble, just a little bobble. But, man, he's trying to keep up to a car that makes a lot more horsepower than him. And he's doing a great job. I mean, he's part of Team Ignat. It's one of the most aggressive drift teams that we have here at Evergreen. And I mean, it's awesome to watch. Him out here in competition is great to watch. I hope we continue seeing him on every comp that we have. And right now, he is throwing it down in the lead position. He is not phased. He says, I know I got Chase Schmidt, but he's got a smoke line that he has to compete with right now. So they finish side by side. I mean, I don't know who I'm putting my money on here, dude.
Yeah, if it was maybe not that one mistake in the chase run from DJ, then we might see something different. He might be moving on maybe one more time. But yeah, if you were going to be betting on someone, you can do all that at Angel of the Winds Casino. You know that?
Absolutely. At Angel of the Winds Casino Resort, they now have sports betting. Think you can pick a winner? Prove it at Angel of the Winds Casino Resort, the only home for sports betting north of Seattle. Exit 210 off I-5 in Arlington.
And Chase Schmidt gets the win, but let's chat with both drivers.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with this competition, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
You can lose, but still stay in it. So you had the first run, you had a little trouble on that on the south turn.
He just straightened just a little bit, so I checked up, and then my foot slipped off the clutch, and then I didn't have time to clutch kick back into it.
So, but then on that second run, awesome run.
Yeah.
And now you get to come back and get some redemption in the competition. Like, what's the mentality on that, since it's a little different from our normal drift?
Clean up my little messes, get dialed in, go eat some lunch, and come back with a fresh mind.
All right, sounds good.
Did he win?
He won, yes. All right, Chase. Awesome run on both of those. So he had that correction on the first one.
Yep.
So did you feel pretty good going into the second run that you had that with just a clean run?
Yeah, I don't really have any radio, so I honestly didn't know where he was at, behind me. So I'm just kind of like, let's give it a good show, DJ, I've driven with DJ a ton, have a ton of fun driving with him, so kind of knew what he was going to do,
All right, is there anybody you want to thank for being out here today?
Just my buddies. I got my buddy Austin, Ben, Zach, my buddy Fish, Buck, Cody. I got a bunch of people out there helping me, so I'm super pumped to have those guys out there.
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
All right, so that takes us out of bracket B, brings us into bracket C. C is for Carlton McDonald in that new Edge Ford Mustang. He's going to be leading the way first, going up against Junior Chun, one of the members of the Goon Squad Drift team. So entered his way into competition here at the 8-8 Showdown, and he's doing chase right now. It seems like he might be a little bit outgunned with Carlton McDonald out front.
Yeah, Carlton putting down a really good, really fast lead run right there. It's probably one of the faster runs we've seen all day. And Junior, like you said, just trying to keep up, not quite able to stick to his door the entire time, but stayed in drift, stayed in good line, just not quite the proximity that the judges want to see.
Yeah, and one of the interesting aspects of Carlton's driving throughout the day was you saw he doesn't have a big smoke line. He makes over 600 horsepower in that Mustang. Didn't have a big smoke line. So I think as part of the rules, they were only allowed 6 tires in competition. So I think there was a little strategery at play there. So he didn't, have excessive tire wear during the runs. So they're going to switch positions now. Junior Chun is now going to lead the way, and Carlton McDonald's going to be in the chase position.
Yeah, so we'll see what Junior can do out front, see how aggressive he is on this first initiation point right here. And,
nasty.
Yeah, throws it in there. Ton of angle all the way up against the wall right there. Great line. And Carlton, he's doing a good job sticking with them. Not a huge amount of angle, but right to his door. Look at that.
Wow, you see some grip surges from Carlton. That's awesome. Pouring on the angle is Junior Chun. Man, this is a sick battle. And we're only in bracket C. We're on the first layout, halfway through barely, and we're getting battles like this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was awesome. So we'll have to, I would not want to be in the judges' shoes for this one at all. Carlton, he looked like he almost fouled a drift a couple times. Like that's how low of angle he's doing, but he was right to the door, especially right here going around the South Pole in the second half of the run. Just sucks right up to Junior, all the way up there, almost touches him, giving him a little kiss on the door right here almost. Wow.
Yeah, you see grip surges, and he keeps steering into angle. So, typically you'd like to see him a little bit smoother, but let's see what the judges saw out there.
Yeah, like I said, I would not want to be in the judges' shoes at all, and let's see what they have to say. And they want to see it one more time, actually. So this is our first one more time battle of the day. So there are 3 options as a judge. We haven't really mentioned this yet. It's number 1 guy wins, number 2 guy wins, or 3, the fans win, and they get to see another one more time battle between those 2 guys, and they scrap it, and they all go again right here.
Yep, brand new battle right here. Consider it brand new. Etch-a-sketch everything out of your brain. Shake it really hard for me, and check this out, because Carlton McDonald leading the way again. Junior Tune doing chase. Say that 5 times fast. But what we're going to see fast is this run get over and then cross the finish line.
Yeah, again, just a really fast pace set by Carlton, that Mustang, as we'll jump in here on the drone replay. And really good proximity right here on the first portion from Junior, but loses it on that transition and just struggles to catch back up to that Mustang.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can. He's got the skinny pedal down, takes a little bit of angle out of it, and tries to, straight line it just a bit to get a little bit more vehicle speed going. But man, Carlton's got a monster in that new Edge Ford Mustang. Part of the Skidiots group. He was the lone member of the Skidiots group, but they had a bunch of merch out. I got a hat, no big deal. You can get it from them too. Check out their YouTube channel. But here we go. So Junior's out front now. Man, style for days out front with Junior Tune. Part of the Goon Squad. I mean, they're known for being stylistic drivers going out there. Running a little bit wide here, but man, that is a sick lead run. Lots of angle, lots of style from him.
Yeah, so you almost, as the lead driver, you're also supposed to put down a good chaseable run, and Junior's doing that perfectly. It's a ton of angle, not high in speed, and just leaving that opportunity for Carlton to stick it right to his door, which you see him right here. Carlton, again, just not a ton of angle on his chase, but he's still right there. Almost falls out of drift, almost touches the door of Junior, but again, just not quite the same angle we saw from Junior.
That's so cool with the drones, how you could see their hands just sawing at the wheel, working the wheel. We're so lucky to get that.
Exactly, yes. We're going to throw it on down to Derek one more time again.
Are you kidding
me? I have not seen that before. 3 battles now, so we're still trying to decide the first winner here, who's going to be locked into the final 8. Carlton McDonald going to lead once again over Junior Tune. Wow, the fans are in for a great show right here.
Wow, Junior Tune, a big flick in the chase position to initiate. Oh, and he's got the strobes going. Junior's feeling it when he gets those strobes going, man. He is in the zone, in the pocket, and Carlton McDonald looking pretty good out front, but again, that's a vehicle, the caliber of his build. We should be seeing a big smoke line. We should be getting that impact, that X factor from him, and I just feel like we're not quite getting it. And I don't know if it was a strategery thing or what it was, but that's something that, you go 2 one more times now, you need to put something out there. You need that X factor, and you need something to sway those judges. I would have liked to see a big smoke line from him, but you know what? We're going to change the positions now. We're going to reverse the order. Junior's going to lead the way, and let's see if they leave it all on track, and let's see if they get a definitive winner out here.
Yeah, so we'll see Junior again here lead, and he's been really throwing it in there on that initiation. So I wonder if now Carlton's got to be expecting that. You'll see if maybe Carlton can play a little more aggressive right here. And
big hucks.
Yeah, there it is, big again. And just Carlton not quite as close as he's been the last few chase runs. We'll see if he really shallows it back up and gains that proximity again. Junior putting down a great line once again, tons of angle. And all the way up against taps the wall.
Junior Tune.
Awesome. Yeah, scrap that bumper. Awesome lead run right there. That's one of the best lead runs we've seen all day long.
Oh yeah, you see Junior, he's just feeling, he's got the hand out the window. He's giving his car, the roof of his car, a tap well done, saying, yeah, we did it. Big hucks from Junior out front. And like I said, there's a lot of style, and at this point, you need to do something different. The first 2 battles didn't get it done. This third one, you need to do something different, change the judge's mind, and say, hey, I deserve to move on. I deserve to find a spot in the final 8. And let's see if the judges have found that in one of these drivers right now.
Exactly, yeah. Jody FPV and Mike Rose FPV out here giving us great shots down, and finally got a winner. There it is.
Okay, so it took 3 times and a lost bumper.
Yep.
But she got the win. Just talk about all 3 runs.
All I gotta say is that was a huge adrenaline rush. Like that, all 3 runs were just super sick, and it was so much fun. I really didn't think I was gonna win up against that dude, to be honest. He's a really good driver, and that thing's fast.
Well, even on that second one, you heard the voice of the judges. They don't want to do that very often, but I mean that just shows how good you guys drove those first 2.
Yeah. No, that was hands down funnest driving I've had so far all day. So.
All right, anybody you want to thank?
Shout out to Goon Squad, shout out to my girlfriend, and shout out to everyone who supports me and my drifting. So,
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
All right, so Junior Tune earning that one against Carlton McDonald. Nice job for him. He's finding himself in the final 8 here. And so now we're going to have Nick Caffroy go up against Spencer Bolt right here. So Nick Caffroy, he's got one of the most unique drift builds out here. That is a 79 Datsun 510, and it has a VH45 under hood. That's a 4.5 liter V8 out of an Infiniti or a Nissan vehicle. And you know what? It works out here. It works. He does work. It looks good, and it's always a treat to see it on track.
Yeah, definitely a fan favorite vehicle for the crowd that was in attendance here, as he puts down a really good, solid lead run there. And Spencer Bolt, he does a great job. Little shallow on proximity, which is kind of a theme we saw. I think just with that aggressive entry you have to have, but over the rest of the run, closes down that proximity, has great angle right in the tire tracks, great smoke line from both the drivers. And Spencer Bolt, I mean, first episode of Home Track Heroes this year where he had drift, that car was on fire.
That car was on fire.
He's revived it and brought it back out here. He still has the chart lines on it, so he has brought it back out with vengeance and looking to try to lock himself into the top 8. And he's got one lead run to do it now, as he has to try to follow that solid lead run that Nick just put down.
Yeah, good initiation from both these guys, and again, we'd like to see him closer, but I mean, we get what we have, but right now that is a big gap that's being developed between Spencer Bolt and Nick Caffroy, and I think that might be insurmountable odds right there for Nick to overcome.
Yeah, it really all starts on that first initiation point right here where Spencer just sends it in and just carries the speed the rest of the way, and Nick is trying to play catch up the rest of the time and never really is able to close down that gap as Spencer just is flying through the course.
Try and play catch up, just couldn't muster it out, dude.
So we'll send it on down to Derek Hobbs trackside. Figure out if we got a winner. Maybe we'll go one more time, 3 times. So we'll see.
Now Spencer Bolt gets the win.
All right, Spencer. Definitely that on your lead run, you just blew the doors off him and drove away. Was that like a strategy, or was that just how it kind of happened for you?
I'm just out here having fun, so just driving the way I can drive my car, and I don't even look for the guy behind me.
So did you watch any of his other runs? Because I felt like on his chase runs he was really aggressive, and that's why I was wondering if you had planned to really take it hard, into the first transition there.
No, I made an effort not to watch anybody today, so I had no idea because I didn't want to think ahead. I wanted to focus on the battle.
All right, anybody want to thank?
Family.
All right, we'll see you in the next rounds.
Welcome back to Home Track Heroes. We're filing our way through the Double 8 showdown and trying to determine who's all going to be locked into the final 8 as we get set up for the new course here eventually. But we still have a few more runs to get through, as we're going to see Junior Tune come back out after having to go 2 one more time battles, 3 battles total against Carlton McDonald.
Yeah, that was impressive. He really earned that one, and that's one of those things is, the more you drive, the more comfortable you're going to get with a course. So no one really wants to go 2 one more times, but he has as much track time as anyone is ever going to have on this course layout. So I think it kind of weighs in his advantage right now.
Exactly, yeah. We'll see if he's able to carry that in. He's going to go against Spencer Bolt, who we just saw take down Nick Caffroy, as we get set to see the winner of this is going to be seeded 3rd overall into the final 8, and the loser will be seeded 7th. So we'll see who's going to walk away. Just huge entry again from Junior. Wow.
Hucks on chucks from Junior Tune, just style for days from him. This is a good battle on paper. Both these guys, big stylistic drivers, like that skinny pedal on the floor, and they finished side by side. So I mean, very evenly matched. Good battle from these guys. And I was just a fan. I was just fangirling out in the booth just watching this.
Yeah, he hucks that so hard right at the wall. You talked about just having trust in yourself as a driver. Junior definitely does, as he carries a ton of speed and a ton of angle right towards that front stretch wall and just carries that style all the way through the entire course. It is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it was great, and we're going to see a lot more of him and his Goon Squad buddies when we go into Team Tandem a little bit later. But right now, we're going to reverse the order. We're going to switch it up, and Spencer Bolt's going to lead the way, and now Junior Tune's going to be in the chase position. So let's see what Spencer does in the lead position as he's setting the pace. Wow. Proximity
Yep.
right off of initiation. So Junior, I'm telling you, man, he had those, the 3 battles, essentially. He's feeling it. He's running a little bit wide, gets a little bit lost in the smoke trail. I think that's the first time. Carlton McDonald didn't have any smoke. Spencer Bolt, it's like, yo, I'm going to smoke you out, dude. You're going to have to earn it with me, too. So let's see if, let's see if there was enough for the judges to make a decision here.
Yeah, Junior again shaking his hand out the window. He is pumped up right here. Just like you said, that's the closest we've seen anyone on that first outer zone with the amount of speed that they were carrying. And then right here, Spencer really just starts to drive away from him. Junior gets sucked out a little wide, and like you said, lost in the smoke, but maintains drift and loses a little bit of proximity, but overall, a great chase run. I think that initiation might have helped out a little bit. And yep, there he is. Junior winner, moving on. He'll be seated 3rd, and we'll see Spencer Bolt later on seated 7th.
Okay, so long decision for the judges. What do you think cost you to give him the win?
I think I missed outer zone 2.
So the way this works is you get a kind of a second chance, which you don't always get in drifting. So what's your thought process coming into your next run?
Go harder.
All right.
Judges are ready.
Okay, so you made the judges think a little bit, but pulled off the win there. That locks you into 3rd place in the next bracket with the new track.
Oh, okay.
What's your thought? Have you been on the new configuration?
I actually haven't driven the new layout yet, so hopefully they'll let us get a practice lap on it at least. But yeah, no, that last run was crazy. I was in the pits doing something else, and I didn't know I was coming up next, so that was fun.
All right, well, you're moving on. That's the most important thing.
Talk about some great weather we had for this event. I mean, normally I feel like when it comes to these drift events for TV, we have all sorts of rain down on track, and it's not ideal, really.
Yeah, Mother Nature usually likes to bestow upon us some rain, some of that drift lube, but none today. But if you want to keep your engine lubed, go talk to Bardal. Bardal Manufacturing, located in Seattle, is a world leader in automotive lubricants with oils, additives, and lubricants for your car, truck, boat, or motorized toy. Pick the brand racers around the world rely on. Bardal. Celebrating over 82 years in business and operating in 90 countries, make Bardal your brand.
Yeah, so Bardal, a great sponsor here at the track, and they are heavily involved in our drift series as well. As we just got done watching Tyler Mayer lead over Jarrett Robertson, and Jarrett, it looked like he just had struggled on this initiation, just wasn't quite aggressive enough at the beginning. Goes right over the drain. The drain, yeah, and I mean, he powers right through and sticks really well, but I think just that slow start, he was just playing catch up the whole time and could never really catch up to Tyler Mayer.
Yeah, one of the nuancy things about drifting is the chase driver has to leave on the light. We have a light that goes green that signifies the run has started. The chase driver can cut the light, so they can leave before it goes green to try and keep better pace and make sure that they stick with the lead driver. And that's one of the things, we have such a short run up today that this actually came into play quite a bit with some of these drivers trying to keep pace, and it looked like Jarrett Robertson just didn't play it right in the chase position. And right now, Tyler Mayer's absolutely playing it right in the Pulse for Health Drive Autosports S13.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he spent a lot of time on the sim leading up to this, because he was all over the door of Jarrett Robertson. And right here, I mean, not a huge huck that we've seen with Junior, but right to his door. Great angle, great proximity from Tyler Mayer in the chase position. This is one of the more ideal chase position examples we've seen all day long. It just put it in all the right spots.
Absolutely. It wasn't a big huck, it was a calculated huck, and it brought him right next to Jarrett's door. So let's see if the judges have made a decision here and who they want to move on. Looks like Tyler Mayer gets the win.
So we haven't talked too much to drivers about it, but the start of the run, you're going straight at a wall.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
You just kind of flick it and hope for the best.
It seemed like, did you know he had a rough first run, and do you have radio or anything like that?
No spotters today.
So you just go with it, and all right.
Every battle's a send.
All right, you have anybody you want to thank?
Drive Autosports, Pulse for Health, J2 Racing, Tire Streets, Speedy Signs, list goes on. Everybody on the door for sure.
All right, we'll see you in the next round. Congratulations.
All right, so Tyler Mayer locking himself into the final 8, and he'll end up going up against the winner of this battle for seeding to figure out where they're going to line up in that final 8 bracket. Right here, we got Chad Wilson leading over John Daniel, another member of Goon Squad.
That's right, Chad Wilson, that 350Z. John Daniel, this is actually a new car for him. So he's had a hatch, S13 hatch in his drifting career, but he wadded that thing up and completely reshelled. So he put his drivetrain in this, got it all painted for this event, and got himself back out here. And man, are we glad he did.
Yeah, so he's put on a really solid chase run right here as the sun starts to set here at Evergreen Speedway. Chad Wilson, he filled that first outer zone really well, and then right here just cuts it a little bit narrow and almost has to reinitiate and scrub some speed right there, which is not normally ideal for the lead position, but it didn't affect the follow run as much, so it actually allowed Daniel to close in proximity a little bit, so helped him out. So a little bit of mistakes here on both sides. I think it's pretty equal going in here to the final, the second half of this run.
Yeah, it's weird because like you look at this on paper and it's 2 turns, but there's so much technical aspects that go into these 2 turns that, you know, it made it exciting, it made it difficult for these drivers. And you see Chad Wilson, he's driving basically a stock 350Z. You saw ways that he had to extend a drift, and now he came out of drift. So he threw a little bit too much angle, went opposite drift, and unfortunately, that's going to be incomplete for him in the chase position.
Yeah, so that should hand over the win from as far as our eyes to John Daniel. But we never know, we could have missed something that he did in his first run that could have gave him a 0. We don't know. But yeah, falling out of frame there is Chad Wilson, just falling out of drift a little bit. Unfortunate there. He had a really solid lead run, had to set himself up well to try to advance, but I think ultimately it's going to be John Daniel because he had 2 really good runs, really solid, complete runs. But we'll send it down to Derek with the decision. And yep, it is John Daniel moving on in Goon Squad.
All right, John, had a easy kind of bye in the first run, so that was kind of your first competition out there. Kind of walk us through that.
Yeah, I was kind of not really expecting it. I really wanted to drive with Vaughn, but I'm not really sure. It sounded like maybe his transmission broke or something, so that's kind of a bummer, but I guess easy pass is an easy pass, so I'll take it.
All right, who do you want to thank for getting you out here today?
Literally all of my friends. This car was put together last week, and now I'm out here driving it. My whole group of friends, my girlfriend, all of Goon Squad, shout out to all of them. They really helped me out.
All right, we'll see you in the next round.
All right, so moving on to the seeding battle here. So both these guys locked into the final 8 for the next course, but we're going to fill out the end. So this is going to be seed number 4 and seed number 8. Moving on, so our last battle on this first course is Tyler Mayer leading over John Daniel.
Yeah, so Tyler Mayer in that Pulse for Health S13. Killer driver. He is actually one of our licensed drivers, you know, more of the Pro-Am ranks. And John Daniel, he is a grassroots champion. So he's, you know, more of a grassroots, more of a for-fun driver. But, man, these guys out here on track, just toe-to-toe right now, punch for punch.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best overall battles we've seen the entire first round right here is Daniel doing everything he can to try to keep up with Tyler and stick it right to his door the entire time. Good initiation right here, and just look at that. All the way sucks up to his door. Jody FPV and Mike Rose FPV doing a great job giving us all these phenomenal angles right here from the drone.
Yeah, Mike Rose just out there getting pitted, buddy. And check this out. It's like a 3-car tandem with these drones out here. Killer driving from all these guys, especially the pilots. And now we're going to reverse the order. John Daniel is going to set the pace, and Tyler Mayer's just going to try and put it on his door.
So let's see if one of them can do something to impress the judges and hopefully not eliminate themselves. So this is what we see a lot of times with some drifters is they end up eliminating themselves by making mistakes. So we'll see who can make the least amount of mistakes here and really wow the judges. Is a great initiation there from Daniel. Tyler's all over him. Look at that proximity right there.
Absolutely. Just leave it tire marks on John Daniel's door. Both these guys finishing side by side. What a killer run.
phenomenal chase right there. That was, I think, by far the best chase we've seen. Tyler Mary even sucking up, scraping off that side skirt on John Daniel's car there towards the very end, going around the South Pole. Phenomenal shot right there.
Oh yeah, there's definite contact on that. I'd like to see that transition, see if we get it in the drone, see if there's an actual bumper sweep from Tyler Mayer on John Daniel there. They're so close on transition, looking good. And then you see Tyler Mayer just sucking up nice and close, leaving his mark on John Daniel's door and just say, hey, want my signature? Here it is on your door, buddy.
So we'll send it down to Derek to see if we have a winner, if we're going to go one more time, and we'll talk to both drivers. And Tyler Mayer gets the win. Wow.
All right, crazy last run there. Kind of walk me through that right there at the end.
I'm not really sure. His car just caught up real quick right at the very end, so I tried to get away, but he was also really trying to get on my door. So.
Okay, so we've asked a couple guys. So a little different. You get, this doesn't knock you out. So you're coming back. So what's your kind of mental way of approaching this?
I'm just gonna kind of take it as it comes. I'm not really sure. The more I plan, the more I mess it up. So.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you in the next round.
All right.
Okay, let's talk about that chase run. Yeah. That was fun, and then it got a little crazy. Yeah. So what tell us about it.
That battle, I've been trying to battle John forever. He's like one of the best drivers here, and we always never battle. It's like we always lose or something happens, but it finally happened. I called him out during the car show portion for this to happen. It was awesome, and I pushed a little hard and ruined his beautiful car, and I feel really bad.
So here's the fun thing with the way this works. You could battle him again later on. So is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Everyone on the door, Drive Autosports for the tune alignments, letting me work on my car after work. It's literally, I wouldn't be here without them. Pulse for Health, J2 Racing, Speedy Signs, literally all of them.
All right, well, we'll see you. You locked into place number 4 going forward.
Welcome back into Home Track Heroes here. Kyler Hope, Danger Ben White up in the booth with you guys as we just got through the first portion of the Double H Showdown. We're now down to our final 8, and we're going to change up the course on them. They're going to be on a new course. They haven't been able to practice yet today, and so it's going to be a lot different for them, and they got to go out there and just send it.
Yeah. Way different for them. They're going to go out there. They actually got a practice lap to kind of feel it out, but I mean, I've never seen something like this in a drift competition where we change up the course like halfway through. But I mean, we got 8 of the best drivers in the Northwest here, and I had no doubt in my mind these guys were going to handle it, and handle it they did.
Exactly, yeah. So now they're going to be starting off of turn 2 of our normal 3/8 track. They're going to go down the back straightaway, and that's going to be the first initiation zone is going to be right before turn 3, cut into our infield, have an outer zone into an inner clip, into an outer zone around the North Pole.
Yes.
And then an outer zone across the figure 8 section, and then finish going off into the 5/8 track. So
yes.
if you guys didn't understand what I said, you're gonna see it here in a second.
Yes.
Here. Our first battle is gonna be Dario Reddick, who's number 1 seeded overall, going up against John Daniel, who we just saw barely lose out to Tyler Mayer in the best battle we've seen in the first 38 or 32.
Yeah, man, this one was killer too. Like, I mean, there's not a bad battle that's set up in this final 8. And these guys went out there, they're shredding all day, and they just shredded right into the night. It's Driftcon Afterdark, after all. So sun goes down, we keep partying.
Exactly, yeah. So here we go. We'll see them, and they'll go all the way once around the North Pole. You see Dario Reddick leading, staying in drift, doing a really good job here. John Daniel is staying really good in proximity right to his door. I mean, it's got to be a little nerve-wracking going up against someone you may not have drifted up against, and he's sticking right to his door all the way through, and that's where they finish, going out onto the 5/8 to cool down and circle back up through. But that's the new course they have to run for the final 8. Dario doing a great job. Same with John Daniel, a killer chase run.
Yeah, I mean, my motivation as a driver would to make it rounds would just be so I could drive this track in competition. This layout is sick. It's super cool that access road got widened up so we could be, more creative with our layouts and how we're actually going to run competition. And these guys, man, RIP left rear tire, but it was such a killer way to continue on the event, switch it up, put this out there, and have these guys navigate this course is crazy.
Yeah, and they ended right up against the beer garden right there. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff flowing over there, right?
You know what's flowing over there?
Like what?
Busch Beer. Busch Beer is the official beer of NASCAR and Evergreen Speedway. Busch Beer, the sound of refreshment, crisp and cold as a mountain stream. Keep your fridge happy by stocking it with Busch and Busch Light. Busch, for sure. Another great sponsor at Evergreen Speedway, as we see John Daniel putting down a great lead run right here, filling out all those zones. Yeah. And
Dario Reddick sticking
Right
it right to
there.
his door. Awesome chase. Wow.
Wow, matching angle with him too. So great job in the chase position. You can't have a good chase without a good lead run, and John Daniel is laying it down on track. Part of the Goon Squad representing out here, and this is the first battle of our final 8.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. I mean, I think the only fault I saw in the first run from Dario was this portion right here. He shallowed up a lot and almost had to reinitiate, where John was a lot wider and a lot smoother, which made it allowable for Dario to carry that speed and have a lot more of a chase run up to his door and follow all the way through. Wow, look at that.
This is cool, man. Just side by side, poetry in motion, and we got, onboard drone footage to cap it all off. So let's see if we got a winner here. And that looks like John Daniel getting the win, taking out Dario Reddick.
All right, so that seemed pretty close. I think probably the first run is probably what won it for you.
Yeah.
What do you think? His initiation might have been a little iffy.
It's really hard to see. The sun is shining right on that first corner, so you kind of come in really blind until you're right there at the cone. So I think he probably just got blinded by the sun.
So did you do this track last night at all, or was this pretty much your first time out?
That was my first test.
Well.
Yeah, I wanted to do the practice day, but I just didn't have enough time. So.
Well, you know what? Whatever happened, it worked for you. You're through to the next round.
Awesome.
All right. All right, so great first battle right there here in the top 8. John Daniel, Goon Squad moving on. And now we're going to see Tyler Mayer lead over John Lang here. So this is an interesting matchup. Both drivers very aggressive. We've seen John be one of the more aggressive guys all day long, and he's got to go up against Tyler Mayer, who has probably more experience than any other driver out here.
Yeah, and you saw John Lang get a little bit aggressive on the start line there, but I think it hurt him more than it helped him, because he got caught up. He had to wait for Tyler Mayer to actually pass him. And no, John Lang over-rotating there and finding himself falling out of drift. And Tyler Mayer, here's the thing, Tyler Mayer is the lead driver right now, so he sets the pace. So we need to make sure that he finishes the run, and he absolutely does. I mean, Tyler Mayer doing what he can. He's a sewing machine out there. He's just going to do the same thing every time, knows exactly what he has to do, and you'll see it right here, first-person footage.
Yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, sometimes the chase driver can play a little bit of games up there on the start, leaving a little bit before the light goes, and it almost did hurt him right there. And then just out of frame, he fell out of drift, just trying to catch back up to Tyler and couldn't quite stay to his quarter panel. And tough break there for John Lang, as he's going to be trying to dig himself out of a hole now going into his lead run.
It's funny because we told the drivers to go onto the 5/8s and turn around, but Tyler Mayer was just like, no, let's get this done, and just kept going right onto the 3/8s, going right back to the start line, just forcing the issues. So right now, a big deficit for John Lang. He's now going to lead the way. He's now going to set the pace, and Tyler Mayer, he's going to put it to his door. So let's check it out. Here they go to initiation point.
So those 3 cones that they just passed right there, that's kind of their initiation zone. And no, hits the tires. John Lang trying to be over-aggressive. We mentioned how he's trying to dig himself out of a hole, and he might have just buried his car in one right there.
Yeah, now he's got to dig himself out of the tires, man.
Yeah, so tough break there for John Lang. We'll get a quick drone replay to see what happened, but that's going to essentially hand the win over to Tyler Mayer. As we come up here, those are the initiation cones we talked about, carrying a lot of speed, trying to be really aggressive, and that tire barrier just snuck up on him.
Yeah, he knew he had a deficit, but like we said, the lead driver sets the pace, and he set the pace right into that tire wall. Unfortunate from John Lang. I think that is the end of his day, and we're just going to move on. Tyler Mayer gets the win. He's going to find himself in the Final Four, and now we're going to move on to our next battle, which is going to consist of Mr. Chase Schmidt and Spencer Bolt. Chase Schmidt going to lead the way first.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of contact there with Tyler Mayer, so he actually went over to the pits. He's going to try to get his car all fixed up, ready to go for his next battle. It's going to come up quick. But right here, Chase Schmidt leading over Spencer Bolt. And Chase just, putting down a solid entry right there and a great first half of this run. Wow.
Nice job from him. Spencer Bolt doing a good job of keeping up with him. It's very difficult. It's difficult to navigate this course, and it's difficult to navigate it behind someone as well. Spencer Bolt doing what he can to try and stick with Chase Schmidt. But you see, that is a big yardstick to try and measure up to.
Exactly, yeah. Chase, like we talked about earlier, just one of the top guys when it comes to drifting here in the Northwest. Get a quick replay here of the run. Good initiation there from Chase, filling that first outer zone into this inner clip right here, and Spencer just trying to keep up with him, just can't quite match the power that Chase has in that BMW, but does a good job. Solid smoke line from Spencer in his cars. Couldn't quite keep that proximity up, though.
Yeah, that's the commitment. That's him on throttle, on that skinny pedal. But, man, Chase Schmidt, that is a fast car. It's a pro-built car. It's trying to do battle with big boys, but he brought it down here, do battle with us. And, we're fortunate to have someone like that who wants to come do battle with us. We get to see it on display, all that skill, the time behind the wheel that just translate into what we see.
Exactly, yes. Now Spencer has a chance to lead over and really wow the judges. Does a great job filling that first outer zone, really smooth into this inner portion of the track. Oh, shoots it really wide there.
He wants to be on the other side of those cones.
Somehow they missed hitting all those cones. That was really impressive. But yeah, so that unfortunately I think is going to end Spencer Bolt's day going 4 tires off track like that.
Yeah, 4, maybe even 5 tires off track.
Yeah, he was way out there. Yep. So we'll take a look at a replay again and see where he carried just too much speed in the intersection. He does a really good job here on this first portion. Yeah, fills the outer zone great. Nice up to that inner clip. This outer zone just carries too much speed through and just misjudges it and goes right around that zone. And it's unfortunate there for Spencer because he had a really good first portion going.
Yeah, it was looking good, and I think he was feeling good, feeling a little bit too good, carrying a little bit too much speed, and that's what brought him out wide around those cones where you'd like to see him more inside of the track. So looks like Chase Schmidt gets the win. Let's hear what he has to say.
All right, Chase. Great. Your first run was just unbelievable. Do you think that puts pressure on him on that second one to try to do it a little too much?
Maybe. It's pretty easy to overshoot that second outer. I did only 1 practice lap, but it's definitely, if any place to go off, it's going to be there. But no, I had a ton of fun. It was rad.
All right. So did you practice last night, or this is like your first time on the track?
That was my second lap.
Second lap. All right. So
1 practice run, obviously.
So compare the 2 courses.
I like this course a lot better. For my car, it seems to flow a lot better. I'd say the other course might be good for a different car, but this thing, it works really good on this course.
All right. So moving forward.
You know how you can tell that Chase Schmidt is a pro driver?
How?
Hand gestures. He's got those drifty hand gestures down in the car, showing what happened out there on track with just his hands. So miming it out, finding his way into the Final 4. But right now we have one more battle to make up our Final 4, and it's going to have Junior Chun go up against DJ Stubbs' dad.
Yeah, it can be hard.
Words are tough.
Yep, exactly, yeah. So DJ almost falling out of drift. They're really shallow on that entry, as these are 2 guys, a part of some of the Team Tandem teams we're going to see later on. Both Ignit and Goon Squad expected to have a
DJ
say at the end. Yeah, DJ.
DJ, are you kidding me with that?
So what he struggled with for the first half, he really made up in the second half of that run. We'll get a nice replay of it here. But he struggled on that first initiation zone. But then after that, he really put on the pressure.
Yeah, it looks like he had some weeble wobbles when he came through the access road right about here, kind of straight lines. It reinitiates, which, that sucks, and that's something that's going to weigh against him. But, man, was he trying to put his stamp on the second half of this run. Junior Chun laying down a killer lead run, absolutely placing his car where it's supposed to be, where the judges want it, and DJ is right there with him the whole time. So fantastic first half of this battle. Now let's switch up the order. Let's send DJ first to see what Junior does in the chase position.
Exactly, yeah. So Junior is going to have his turn to try to put on the pressure, and he definitely felt that pressure going around that north pole as the side skirt was getting scraped off of his car from a little bit of contact from DJ, which, I mean, if he's not pushing him around like that, a little bit of contact's definitely enjoyed by the judges and the fans here. Some big initiation there from Junior.
Wow. Just when you thought like this wasn't a course where you could throw a big initiation like that, Junior finds a way, and then in the chase position, no less. So DJ out front, throwing down a killer line. You see he's committed. You see that smoke trail behind him, but Junior is right there with him. You know, he's applying a bit of pressure. We've seen him a little bit closer, but no one's going to shake a stick at that, dude. He's about a car length back, finishing side by side. Both these guys landed down killer runs for the crowd here at Driftcon.
Exactly. I think it's just going to be that one mistake we saw in the chase run from DJ at the very beginning that just might bite him. But other than that, phenomenal from both the drivers. Junior doing a really good job closing out the proximity right here. And like you mentioned, that huge smoke line that DJ puts down here at the end just shows his commitment. Yep, right there.
On
Yep,
throttle,
awesome.
making it happen. You saw there was a little bit of weeble wobbles from Junior, but his was adding angle. He kept steering in, and it looked like he was adding angle, whereas DJ looked like he brought some out, and that's what got Junior chewing the win right here and finds himself in the Final Four.
Okay. Junior, that was two crazy runs. So, walk us through the first one. What happened on the initiation? Like, what was going on there?
I don't know. That was only like the second time I'd driven the layout, so I didn't really know how to hit it. I was still learning it, and then after on the last one when I chased, I was like, I just followed him, and it worked out. But that was really fun. That was such a fun run.
All right, so obviously you're on the second course. So you kind of talk about the differences on the two courses and how your car is set up for this one versus the first one.
I definitely like the first one better. It was shorter and sweet. This one is a bit longer and takes more throttle control, and but the car can definitely handle it. So.
All right, moving on. We'll see you in the next round.
Okay, so now we're moving on to our Final Four. So the winner of this will go on to the championship battle. Loser will go into the third place battle. And up first, we got is that John Daniel and Tyler Mayer? Tyler Mayer leading over him to start.
Yeah. John Daniel looking for a little bit of redemption here, seeing if he can get the better of his opponent, Tyler Mayer. They did battle earlier, doing battle again. This is what I like to see, both these guys going toe-to-toe.
Yeah, and Tyler Mayer doing a great job. Look at that chase run from John Daniel all over his door in the chase run, putting it right there on Tyler Mayer. All sorts of pressure all the way through the North Pole into those two final outer zones. Wow, great run from both drivers right there. That was phenomenal.
Well, both these guys he's just feeling it. John Daniel fist pumping out there. I just absolutely feeling it. I don't blame him, dude. Like, I mean, my heart's racing. I could only imagine how he was feeling in the car. Dude's usually calm and collected. I bet he was going nuts in there. I mean, this is a crazy run. You see, he's always in frame, even in the drone. So Tyler Mayer's trying to throw angle, trying to get some speed on it, but John Daniel can't be shaken. He's right there. He's stuck to him. There's no shaking him from there, and it's killer run from these guys. And this is the first half of the battle.
Exactly, yeah. So now we're going to switch him up and send him again. And like you can see the hand waving out the window. I mean, John Daniels usually not a very emotional guy. It seems like he's pretty laid back, and he's showing a lot of emotion there.
Yeah, he's usually chill. But like I said, man, he's just fist pumping, just feeling it. So reversing the order, going to switch it up. John Daniel leading the way. Big angle from Tyler Mayer as they come through the initiation and come through the transition. Nice job from both these guys. Nothing to shake a stick at. No major mistakes happening yet, so it's looking pretty good as they come in through the infield, through the most dangerous intersection in the Northwest. And oh no, John Daniel's shutting it down.
Something happened, maybe fell out of gear, something going wrong on John Daniel's car. But that was going to be set up for, I think, an impossible decision for the judges. I think we were going to be looking at another one more time right there. But right at the very end, something happens to John Daniel's car that shuts down and loses drift with maybe about 100 feet left in the course. Wow.
Yeah, super weird one there. So let's see if we get a better look at it through the drone. And I mean, Tyler Mayer's just all over John Daniel. He knew he had to have heard John Daniel right beside him. But right here, I don't know what happens. He just snaps right out of drift. just all of a sudden.
Yeah, about 100 feet short. So we're going to have to see. We'll go down. We'll see what the decision's made. Oh, one more time still.
One more time. So, you know what? We're going to go behind the veil right here. I was up in the booth with the judges, Aaron Engsfield, Aaron Levitt, and there's not enough time to talk about this. We'll talk about it after these messages.
Welcome back into Home Track Heroes here as we're getting down to the final 4 of our Double 8 showdown. And before we went to break, we had a really interesting development. So we have the power of replays and different angles and whatnot to look at and get a good angle and see what is really going on. The judges, they're all judging this live, and they get what they see in front of them. And we talk to the judges and figure out what went into the decision for this one more time, and you can go ahead and explain that.
Yeah, we're going to go behind the veil right now. Aaron Engsfield, Aaron Levitt, and Lucas Dorado were our judges, veterans of the sport, scholars, gentlemen, what have you. They don't have the luxury of any replays and stuff. So we got this drone footage, we got the replays, we got everything. They couldn't tell what exactly happened there. So they didn't know if Tyler Mayer obstructed John Daniel in his transition or if John Daniel just shut it down. So they're like, you know what? We're having too much fun watching these guys go. Let's just send him again. So they sent him again. One more time battle here. So this is brand new, etch-a-sketched, and we're going to see it right here and see if we can find a definitive winner.
Exactly, yeah. So, and again, same story as before in the first run. John Daniel sticking it to the door of Tyler Mayer and doing everything he can to really prove himself and redeem himself from that mistake that we saw at the end of the first one, the first battle. And Tyler Mayer doing great speed, great initiation right there, ton of great angle, filling that outer zone right up to that inner clip, punts the barrel out of the way, and John Daniel right in his tire tracks.
Dude, I'm into it. Both these guys, JZ powered hatches, throwing it down, lots of style on track there, and man, just throwing caution to the wind, putting these cars in harm's way, all for your viewing pleasure right now, and I couldn't be happier. Dude, I'm a fan of this sport, and these guys make me just want to jump and fangirl out.
Exactly. I mean, it's been a phenomenal battle, and these guys have already battled once earlier, and now they're definitely getting really comfortable with each other, and you can tell Tyler Mayer's getting really comfortable all over the door. That's the closest proximity we've seen through that first portion, and sucking right up again to the quarter panel of John Daniel.
Wow, Tyler Mayer just putting on a clink. But like we always say, you can't have a good chase run without a great lead run. John Daniel throwing it down, getting past his point of no return right there, and full pull from both these guys. Killer runs from both of them. The crowd was going nuts. Hope you're going nuts at home, and we're going to check the replay on board with our drone pilots.
Yeah, so right here, Tyler Mayer just all over John Daniel. I think that's the closest proximity we've seen out of anyone in that access road portion of the track. And right here, sucks really close up. You see that left foot brake. He almost just punted Daniel out of the way there. Great save from Tyler to keep the run going. And then right here, just sucks right up, maybe a little bit of contact, and yeah, great job from Tyler Mayer in that chase position.
That is fantastic car control from Tyler Mayer to be able to save contact and then still maintain proximity. Great job from him. Let's see if there's a winner.
Okay.
Yep, and it is Tyler Mayer.
It is Tyler Mayer. Okay, quick point.
Okay, so it took another one more time. Those were probably the 4 best chase runs of the entire day between you two for the whole competition. Just talk about that.
Like I said, John's a freaking killer. He's the dude I always want to battle, and it shows because I could trust him, and we're inches off each other, tapping each other. It's insane. But that was wild. That was the 2 best laps I ever had in my life, probably.
All right, so you're moving on to the finals. How you feeling with this new course versus the old course?
This one's way more fun, but the first 2 laps, since I didn't get any practice today, were kind of iffy, but now I'm pretty dialed.
All right, good luck in the finals. All right, so I just talked to him. Those are probably the 4 best chase runs of the entire day. That was just incredible. So just tell us what you're thinking after that your great battle.
Honestly, I'm really stoked. I've never driven with Tyler before, but we've always talked about driving together, and now we get to do it during comp, so that's awesome. I wish I changed my tires, but it's all good. Happens.
All right, so you got coming back for the 3rd place battle. Anything? I mean, could you possibly do anything except maybe not go against him? I mean, because those are really good runs.
Yeah, I think just swap some new tires, and I think that'll probably put me in the safe spot.
All right, good luck.
Second course has given us so much great action. I mean, we changed up the course halfway through. Neither of them used the big bank, though. It's kind of stable evergreen using that big bank, huh?
Well, we didn't use the bank, but if you want to use the bank, go to Coastal Community Bank. At Coastal Community Bank, community is our middle name. Our bankers take time to understand your business and help move it forward. Now celebrating 25 years, Coastal Community Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
So moving on here to the next battle inside our Final Four, Chase Schmidt leading over Junior Chun. And Chase, I mean, you can hear that power that the car has, and he's just driving away from Junior, putting out a great lead run. Junior doing everything he can, trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, let's check out this replay right here. Nice initiation from Chase. Very reserved initiation. He knows what he has to do. Pours on angle throughout that access road. But Junior Chun making his presence known. Black car, pink wheels, in your peripherals at all time. And he's just doing his best to stick close. Chase is giving him every opportunity to stick right with him, giving him a great lead run to follow. And Junior doing what he can. Like to see Chase a little bit deeper on those outer zones. You know, commentators curse right now as he, misses one of those outer zones. But we're going to switch up the positions. Good job from both these drivers, and let's see if one of them establishes dominance and can get the win here.
Yeah, so we'll see who's going to move on to face Tyler Mayer in the final and who's going to go up against John Daniel in the third place battle. As Junior now, some good initiation there, takes out those cones all the way up, fills the outer zone slightly, almost has to reinitiate, which might cost him in the end. We'll see what the judges have to say. Chase Schmidt doing what he can to try to follow, and now sticking to the door here going around the North Pole.
You saw not the smoothest, initiation from Junior, but right now he is on when he's got that skinny pedal down and he's filling those zones. So he's doing a very good job there. But we're going to go to the drone footage and we're going to take a look at this initiation here. So you see big huck to entry. Nice job from him. But you see there's a little weeble wobble reinitiation, and behind him Chase Schmidt is doing a very good job controlling his car, keeping it in drift, and making sure he maintains proximity and is sets himself up for success in the rest of the course here. And they are side by side. The proximity is unreal. It's killer. Sun's going down, but the energy's going up. This is wicked out here. And looks like Chase Schmidt gets the win. Chase Schmidt taking out Junior Chun.
All right, Chase, you said you like this course better. It showed, again, it just looks like you had a lot of power compared to him.
For sure. Yeah, this thing's pretty piped up. It gets down. But, I had to give it everything to keep up with him. So, he's doing pretty damn good. But I really like this layout for sure.
All right, so you got Mayer in the final. I'm sure you guys have battled once or twice.
A few times. We battled for Pro-Am for years. Yeah, so he's always fun to drive with.
All right, so who usually gets the better of you two in the past?
He's got me before, and I've got him. I'd say we're around 50-50. So, yeah.
So it looks like we're in for a good show in the finals. Good luck. All right, Junior. Hey, put a great show on all day. You still got another run.
Yeah.
It just felt like he might have had a little something under the hood.
On me, yeah, a little more juice on me. No, I definitely had a bunch of corrections too, but Chase is a really good driver, so that was a fun run.
All right, so coming back for third, fourth place. Have you battled John before?
Oh yeah, John's my teammate, so he's one of my favorite people to drive with. So this will definitely be a fun battle. I've never battled John before. So
well, I was gonna say. I know you've driven with him before, but have you battled him before? So this is first time in competition for you two?
Yeah. This is the first time we're gonna battle, so this is gonna be really, really fun. I'm stoked.
All right, good luck, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, Derek Hobbs, for getting these interviews for us all day as we're going to move on to the third place battle here. It's a goon versus goon battle.
It's all goon on track.
All goon all the time.
Here we go. We got John Daniel and Junior Chun. It looks like Junior's going to lead the way first. These guys are, bros when it's team tandem time, but now they're mortal enemies.
Yeah, and it's their first time battling against each other, too. So they have a ton of time drifting with each other, but their first time actually battled against each other. And
big angle from Junior. Are you kidding me with that transition? That was nuts. And John Daniel's sticking right there with him. Whoa.
All over this quarter panel. Wow.
Are you kidding me? Both these guys. Oh, a little weeble wobble from John. He's doing so good. And then a little weeble wobble right there at the end. We'll catch it with the drone, but man, I just want to watch this again. I'm Junior Tune fan, Goon Squad fan right here. And watch these guys on track battle it out. Unreal.
Yeah, some great drone shots here from Jody FPV and Micros FPV. Like I said, go check them out on Instagram, give them some love. And just phenomenal chase run right there from John Daniel, all over, just eating up the smoke line that Junior is putting down.
Oh, yeah, and we didn't catch that little weeble wobble, but trust me, it was there, okay? I have, certified eyes on this deal. I saw a little weeble wobble, so it might count against John Daniel there. I don't know. We're going to go to the second half of this battle. Hopefully we find someone who is a definitive winner.
Hopefully that'd be the goal.
Yeah.
So here we go. John Daniel leading over Junior Tune here. And some good initiation there. Not as quite as a big hug as we saw from Junior.
Nice
and Junior's, yeah, sucking up right all the way through the outer zone. And some good transition there. Junior trying to get that proximity, and there he gets it all the way up against John Daniel. There it is. Crowd going nuts.
Junior Tune feeling it. He's got the strobes on. That's when you know he's in the zone. It's like Stallone when he puts his hat backwards and over the top. He's got the strobes on. He's feeling it. And man, I don't think there's a man on the planet that could beat Junior Tune right now.
Yeah, that was a great chase run. Like you said, Stroby's going.
Big initiation for both these guys. Nice rate to angle. John Daniel very deep in that first outer zone through the access road. Looking good there, going Donkey Kong on those barrels, just hucking them. Doesn't care. Taking them out with his quarter panel. And Junior Tune throwing, safety to the wind, caution to the wind. Doesn't care. Putting it on the door of his buddy and leaving his mark out here on track in our 8-8 showdown.
Wow. So we're going to interview the top three here in a little bit. We'll find out the winner of that battle.
I want to know who wins now. Tell me who wins now.
Do you know who wins?
I know who wins, actually. I just want to bring some excitement, okay? I know who wins. You guys don't know who wins, but we're going to talk to him on the podium ceremony.
Yeah, so we'll find out. But first, we have to figure out who's going to get first and second place.
All right, and it is between Chase Schmidt and Tyler Mayer. So Chase Schmidt leading the way first. He is the yardstick. Tyler Mayer is essentially the young gun coming up. He's got his pro license as well. He wants to see how he stacks up as a veteran, as someone who's done it. And right here, he is the white shadow to Chase's lead position. These guys are killing it out here, side by side all the time. Big angle, big tire smoke. I mean, what else do you want? Are you not entertained?
Seriously.
Is this not what you wanted?
That was about as textbook as it can get for a chase and lead run right there when it comes to drifting. And I mean, if you look at the top, the 64 guys, the 32 guys, how many guys we even had here?
We had guys.
Yeah, we had lots of people here.
Guys.
And if you took them down and you said, hey, Chase Schmidt versus Tyler Mayer is your final, not that many of them would be that surprised. And they're showing you why right here. They're doing a phenomenal job. Great chase and great lead run. Wow.
It's so cool, like just seeing him saw at the wheel, just throw little corrections and little steering inputs in. And like I said, there goes Chase Schmidt where he's supposed to go. Tyler Mayer brought it right to the line. He's like, we ain't done. We're hashing this out right now. Get to the line, buddy. It's go time.
Let's go. Sending it one last time here for the 8-8 showdown. See if we can get a winner. Hey, we might go one more time, too.
We could go one more time.
Could we get ahead of myself?
Who knows? I know. But Tyler Mayer right now, he doesn't know. He wants to leave it all out on track. Putting down a good lead run, and Chase Schmidt is right there with him, trying to have that proximity. And he's so close, but Tyler Mayer, he might have even been closer in the chase position. He's laying down a great lead run, putting his car everywhere it needs to be. Good angle, good style. I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, that was phenomenal here. So we're going to go down to one more replay here while the judges deliberate a little bit as we watch Tyler Mayer lean over Chase Schmidt again. And right here,
nice
good
feint.
initiation right there. Chase all over his door. Very aggressive through this first portion. It's such a difficult and technical portion, but these guys have more than enough experience to handle it, and they're showing you why as they are flying through the South Pole or the North Pole right here, chasing everything could. But like you mentioned, I think Tyler Mayer was just a little bit closer. And you're going to head on down trackside and talk to these top three. So let's throw it down to Ben down on the Angel of Winds platform and hear from the top three from this 8-8 competition.
Number 3, our third place, or it's our 8-8 showdown. Let's put some respect on that name, 8-8 showdown. So third place today with our 8-8 showdown. We announced him earlier. You know him, you love him. We got Junior Tune in third place. That's the guy. That guy right there, he's the guy. All right, Junior, come on, man. Come on, man. All right, quick high five. Nice. 100%. All right, dude, Junior. All right. Double H Showdown. We switched the tracks. I mean, it was craziness out there. How did you feel about it?
It was all over the place. I didn't get a lot of practice either, so it was all new, and but it was really fun. It was super fun all around. Yeah, so that's it.
That's all he got. So, man, I mean, you're throwing like big flick entries. It was awesome to watch. It was exciting to watch, and I always get so hyped when you throw the strobes on. I mean, what's the strategy when you're going out there? You're going out there against guys with, twice the horsepower that you got. I mean, what's the strategy? What's going through your brain?
All I can think about is just try to go as fast as I can and, put on a good show for everybody. I always try to drive my hardest and give everyone a good entry and a good drift.
Well, hell yeah, man. It's always fun. As I said, I'm a big Junior Chune guy. Love watching you up here. Third place today. It was sick to see. I think you got some hardware over there. Hogness is setting it up. He's having a hard time. He's doing great. Oh, it's lit up. He's got you right here, buddy. All right, Junior Chune, third place. Quick photo op. All right, now get off my stage. Get off my stage. Because we got to figure out who first place is, right? You guys have no idea. No clue whatsoever. So is Chase Schmidt and Tyler Mayer, right? We got to get those guys up here. So Chase Schmidt, Tyler Mayer, come on up here. There's Chase. And of course, there's Tyler. I can see him. His head's taller than everyone else's. So Chase Schmidt, kill a job out there. The yardstick out here at Evergreen Drift. And then we got someone who's 2 yardsticks tall plus, and Mr. Tyler Mayer. So these guys, I mean, I was trying to draw parallels. I was trying to make a little drama out there. And I called you old blood and new blood. You guys are both pretty recent as far as, excelling and achieving that next level as far as your drifting career. You come back and you're essentially a yardstick for all these drivers. Is that what keeps you coming back here, or what keeps you coming back here and wanting to drive with all these guys?
I mean, honestly, after doing FD, I have more fun coming onto these local events and driving with these guys, and it's a little easier on the wallet too. So yeah, I really, really enjoy coming out here.
All right, and so we changed it up a little bit. I mean, we used to run Pro-Am, and now we're running more of these showdown, shootout events. How do you feel about that? How did you feel about today?
I felt good. I enjoyed it. I liked some of the bank layouts better, but the second layout was actually mad fun. Yeah.
All right, well, it was fun to watch. We know you like the bank layouts. You got that Stroker LS under the hood. He does too, man, but we got to have an equalizer so guys like Junior Chune can run your doors, right? So big round of applause right here for Chase Schmidt. He killed it all day, and now I'm just going to traverse. Try not to lose the soul out of my Kenny blocks, and I'm going to talk to Tyler Mayer. Tyler Mayer, man, you won the Big Bounty Shootout earlier this year, and now we're at the Double H Showdown. I mean, you're trying to continue success. How do you just continue that success, man?
Just practice. I drive on a simulator a lot and just go a lot of hours in, and that's pretty much it.
I feel like I hammer down that simulator thing a lot, but I mean, it obviously works for you. You do the same thing out there all the time, and I mean, so one of the things that blows my mind is how close you are on transitions. So is that something that you are able to practice on the simulator as far as being able to visualize how far your opponent is in front of you and do all that stuff? I mean, what are the key components of the simulator, and how does it translate out here?
It's pretty much the exact same other than motion. So I'm in VR, so my head is in the same spot as my race car. So timing is like the exact same, and running walls, it's all the same.
It's all the same. I put on the VR goggles and I instantly throw up. So that's how I deal with doing simulator stuff. It was great out there. Anyone you got to thank for getting you out here, keeping you out here?
Oh, the list is long. All my friends, my family drive auto sports for the tune and let me work on my car. Pulse for Health. There's a lot. Fancy Colors, J2 Racing, RTS, Speedy Signs. I think that's it.
He thinks that's it, so hopefully that is it. So now we're going to announce our first place winner today. You'll know who second place is. But today, first place at our Double H Showdown, first one ever, it's Mr. Tyler Mayer. And that means second place is Mr. Chase Schmidt.
Welcome back to Driftcon After Dark, as we are getting into the After Dark portion of this show. As you can see right here, some highlights of our team tandem that we're going to get into a little bit. Kyler Hope, Danger Ben White up here in the booth with you guys as we're moving on from the Double H Showdown. It was really unique format. We didn't really know how it was going to work going into it, but I think it was overall a phenomenal turnout.
Hey, man, it was awesome. I liked every aspect of it. It made some drivers make their cars prettier. Jace Hobbick made his car look phenomenal, did so good. And I'm just happy to see pretty cars drifting.
Exactly, yeah. So we're going to move on to our drift games. All the guys lined up here for our big entry contest. So the point of big entry, carry a lot of speed, a lot of style, and really wow the crowd and really hit just one outer zone is all you need to do.
That's right. We got a bunch of pool noodles set up. You see the pool noodles set up. So here comes Frank Mirabelli trying to huck it, and he hucks it the wrong way.
Oh, no.
Frank, why, Frank?
That is a tough hit early in the competition. First car out, Frank Mirabelli in his drift car. You see him climbing out. He's okay. Car, not so much, though.
Car, not so much. He actually said that he hit so hard, he moved the engine back and transmission back far enough that the shifter was jammed up against the transmission hole in the tunnel. So he could not get it out of the gear it was in, even if he wanted to.
That is a tough hit.
Bad hit. It's unfortunate, and unfortunately, that was the beginning and the end of our big entry competition. So I guess technically he wins by default?
Does he win? He didn't make it to the pool noodles, though. So does that count as...
Ooh, I don't know. He didn't make it to the pool noodles.
We'll have to go judge that one. So, I mean, he's obviously in good health, though. Got out of the car all right. But if you're ever struggling with some health issues,
you can go talk to Evergreen Health Monroe. When your need for speed gets the best of you and you end up needing stitches or having bones set, Evergreen Health Monroe is your full-service community hospital, ready to take care of you when you need them most.
Yeah, so good. Glad Frank was all right. He did not have to go over there and get checked out, so that's good news. But his car, like we said, was definitely well damaged, so it took some time to get some cleanup down on track. A little bit of fluid was put down, so we had to clean that up. And now we're going to move on to our team tandem portion of the event right here. And first group out, we got four-door freaks. So explain now with team tandem. It's a lot different than what we just got done with our Double H Showdown. These guys aren't going against each other.
Right. And so head-to-head competition, it's drivers. It's a 1v1 battle, right? They're going against each other. They want the other guy to lose. These guys are trying to work together as a team tandem. So they want to be as close together as possible, which we're not really seeing a great example of here, but they're going to work together. They're going to be as close together as possible. So we want to see them mimic each other's lines, mimic each other's angles and the transitions, and we're going to see it progress through the night. So four-door freaks was the first ones up. That was Christian Watkins, Austin Stid Sullivan, and Hussein Al-Shabani. And Hussein was actually in that LS 400 that was leading the way. That's an automatic car. That guy was hucking that around, doing a pretty good job. Like to see his team a little bit closer to him, though.
Yeah, and so as we get progressed through these different runs, these guys are all trying to put down a really good run, wow the judges. No bracket format or anything like that. They're just trying to wow the judges, and then we're going to end up getting a top three out of it here in a little bit that we'll show, and those top three will be battling for the top three spots on the podium. As it looks like we got Paradox lined up next with the familiar car. Tyler Mayers at the end of that one. Is that right?
Yeah, Tyler Mayers tailing it up back there. We saw him in the Double H Showdown. He ended up winning that thing, so taking home some trophy, taking home that top spot on the podium, and now he's out there and he just wants to hang out with his bros and have some fun. So we're going to have Simeon McKinley lead the way, Spencer Newman in the middle, and then Tyler Mayer in that back position. So there's a couple of, methods of thought on this and, how you orient these cars. Do you want the most consistent driver out front? Which, you want that front driver to lay down the most consistent, most predictable lead run every single time so you have something nice to follow? Or do you just put the slowest car out front so then if the other cars tend to fall back, it's easier for them to catch up? And I think they went with the slow car on this one because that was not a consistent, not a predictable lead run. Unfortunately, it looked like, I think that was Simeon who spun out. I might be getting the names mixed up. There's a lot of cars out here on track, man. There's a lot of cars. It's a long night. It's a long night tonight. Yeah, my Ghost energy drink is wearing off.
Yeah, but like you're saying, it's some strategy to play it out, and they can change it up after each run if they kind of see something that maybe they liked better from this guy to that guy as they move on throughout the night. But you also would like to have a good idea going into it. Probably having the slower car that's easier to follow, have the higher horsepower guys that can make up the ground if needed, tailing them, but you also have someone that can put down a chaseable run, unlike what we just saw where they spin out or are all over the place and very inconsistent. So there's definitely some strategy to be played as we move through. We'll see the different strategies play out, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and you'll see the hierarchy of these different teams, and so the teams that have it set, they're gonna prosper a little better, and it was very much the case here tonight. Right now, we got Ratchet Slayers up there. So that is Jarrett Robertson leading the way, J.R. Goodwin in the middle, and then Matt Poyorena. He is bringing up the rear. They're supposed to have a fourth driver, which would have added some extra excitement, but Jason Cruz, I guess, was having some car issues, unfortunately. So the minimum is 3. 3 makes a team, and that's what we need out there. 4 is just bonus.
What about 5? Do we see 5 ever?
Hey, dude, you got 5 buddies? I don't have 5 friends.
I don't have 5 friends either, yeah.
Shoot.
So that's the issue there.
I don't know. Let's see if someone else goons it up and adds it to Goon Squad. Goon has 4. They could almost do 5, but man.
I saw them practice with 5 at one point. So
no way.
We'll see if we can bring that out.
I don't believe you.
We'll see.
That would be crazy.
So I think up next, we're going to see, so that was Ratchet Slayers, which we just watched, right?
Yep.
And then, so I think up next, we're going to see Ignit come out. We saw DJ, who's tailing end. He did a really good job in the AA showdown.
Absolutely. And so it looks like we're going to have David Lafferty out front and then Josh Duncan in the middle there. So
some great livery on that car.
Yeah, good-looking cars. I mean, we're missing a couple of the key members of Ignit, but they, keep the spirit alive, especially DJ. These guys go hard out there. A lot of fun to watch, and they're always exciting. There's always something going on, some sort of chaos, and it gives extra excitement for the crowd.
There, yep.
See that? They all bunch up, get exciting, finish it in chaos. But, I mean, that's what we want, right? We want that excite factor, that X factor, something to make the crowd go, ooh.
Yeah, and there's definitely a huge crowd out here tonight for Driftcon After Dark. You see some of the lights on the fence and all the different underglow and the teams and drivers are putting into it. So it's awesome to see them give a little bit extra care to their car and really go into that Driftcon After Dark feel.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone adds the underglow, the strobes, the little light up tire dealies. And right now it looks like we got one of the most stylish crews out here for sure. This is Level Up Drift. So we got Mark Dallasay out front. We got Angry Earl in the middle, and then we got Leon Ban in the back. And
No! Yeah, those are 2 very good-looking cars we're just talking about.
The most stylistic crew got the most smash-listic out there on track.
Yeah, so they made it about 50 feet into their drift for running into some issues and just going to leave that bumper cover there, drive off track. That was a tough hit. I mean, good to see him driving away with how hard of a hit that was. Let's take a look at a couple replays here as Angry Earl's going to go catch up to his crew as he just missed that accident right there. Oh, yeah, tough right there.
Yeah, Angry Earl just exited stage right there and just let his boys figure it out and behind him. Unfortunate hit. Like to see these guys drive a little bit more together. A lot of fun watching them drive. Leon's in his practice car back there. And, unfortunately just was not able to get on the binders quick enough to keep out of the front end of Mark Dallasay's Nissan Skyline.
Yeah, so Mark right here up on the lead run. I mean, really slow entry, and don't really need to start the initiation until about right here is where it starts getting judged coming around the South Pole and just sends it a little too hard and just couldn't quite check up enough. You saw him, almost looking ahead to Earl and couldn't quite catch up enough, but we're going to come back with the final of Team Tandem here at Driftcon After Dark. Do not go anywhere. We got one more segment left for you guys here on CW11. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here. Driftcon After Dark coming to a close, but we still have the Team Tandem champion to crown. Kyler Hope, Danger Ben White, up here in the booth with you guys for the final segment as we get set some great shots right here of the Driftcon After Dark feel as you get just some, I mean, how do you not love this event? I mean, the crowd was for sure into it.
It's so cool. I mean, the stands were packed. There was energy all night. Like, thank them so much for coming out and making it what it was. They made my job easy out there. There's a lot of crowd engagement, a lot of fun. And, I mean, they were going nuts out there for this team tandem. I mean, once it got to the end of it, seeing these guys drive so close together, working as a team, is phenomenal.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you are wanting to come out to a drift event, look Evergreen social media and the website to see when the schedule's released for next year. And coming out to all these drift events, it is a ton of fun as we get set for our final 3. I mean, these cars all look phenomenal.
Yeah, and if your car is not looking phenomenal, not looking its best, go check out Chain Lake Express Car Wash. For absolutely the best car wash ever, treat your favorite ride to the brand new Chain Lake Express Car Wash in Monroe. Express Wash has multiple wash packages designed to meet your budget and needs. Manage your Chain Lake Express Wash account easily on the go. Download the app from the App Store or Google Play today.
Exactly, yeah. And so as you were talking about that, we were watching Ignit as DJ Stubbs said is in a different car because his broke, and I guess all 350s are not built the same. Is that the case here?
Knocking on your Rod Journal's door. Yeah, he rod knocked. He had a Jay-Z under the hood of his normal car. Rod knocked that sucker, and one of his sponsors actually let him use the car. So full deck, Cody out there was nice enough to let him use the 350Z there. It didn't work out for him, though. Yeah. Not all 350Zs are created equal.
Unfortunately here. So we are into our final 3. It's Team Ignit up against Goon Squad, and then Mixed Breed is the top 3 right now. And Ignit in their final run right here, just not quite all the way there as the team tandem. First 2 guys are there, but...
First 2 guys are there, but DJ is just on the struggle bus back there in that Z car. It is just not the same vehicle as he is used to. And so, unfortunately for Ignit, that's basically the end of their night right there. Up next, we're going to have Mixed Breed. So that's Nick Caffroy, Chase Schmidt in the middle, and then Zach Farrar out back. So these guys, it's 3 of the most different cars that you could think of, but they make it work out here in the team aspect.
Exactly, yeah. And I just love watching Zach all night long with that huge smoke line. It's just absurd.
Yeah, he brought his pro car out. So he is our most recent driver to make the step up to pro spec. He ran a full season, did us proud out there on the national stage, and then he brought his car back just for Driftcon, just for your viewing pleasure here.
Yeah, and especially with the Driftcon Afterdark feel, that huge smoke line, their headlights, their underglow all coming through all the smoke. It completes the Driftcon Afterdark feel, and they put out a solid run right there. And I mean, that's definitely gonna be something Goon Squad has to come out and show up to compete against. It's not going to be an easy task for sure for them.
I mean, I'd be sweating them. That's for sure. I'd be sweating them. It's like, man, Mixed Breed's throwing it down out there. But, I mean, never count out the Goons, man. Never count out the Goon Squad. Here we're going to get a drone view of Mixed Breed. And you see all 3 of these guys. That's about where the run technically starts. And you see them just stacked up. So Nick Caffroy doing a very good job, very consistent lead run there. Chase Schmidt, he's just got the skinny pedal down, he's steering, and Zach Farrar bringing up the rear and putting his stamp on it right there, stacked up, crossing the finish line. Mixed Breed looking good out there.
Yep, and I mean, phenomenal from our drone guys again. Jotty FPV and Micros FPV. Go on Instagram, give them some love as they are bringing those great footage to you guys all night long as we're down to our final run.
Final run
of Driftcon Afterdark as we got Goon Squad, all 4 of them. So all the runs we've seen so far have just been 3 cars. This is going to be the first 4-car team that we see. And I mean, if you're not familiar with Goon Squad, if you guys haven't watched a drift show before, they are the tandem drift squad when it comes to tandem drifting, it seems like.
Yeah, we're going to check this out, man. These guys are so good at what they do in this team aspect of it. Goon Squad, I mean, they put themselves on the final bout stage, won it up there, and they're just accomplished everywhere they go. Everywhere they go, they make an impact, and you could see why right here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All in sync. Got that underglow.
God, I can't even right now. It's too good. It's almost too good.
And the crowd, as you guys can hear, just absolutely loving it. It just is picture perfect. And when we said it's team tandem aspect, they're all working together and they're all lined up together. They're all pumped, hands out the window. They are excited. They know they just gave themselves a really good shot to get this win. We don't know for sure yet. We'll have to throw it to the judges, and you're going to go down on stage and interview them, and we'll find out. But what a great run here from Goon Squad.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, just running 4 deep, side by side transitions. The Strobies out back. I think they put Junior out back because of the Strobies specifically, just so they're not giving each other,
a seizure or something like that.
Any seizures, any anime cartoon things. But they're killing it out there. God,
love tap.
It's sickening how good they are. It's like bacon wrapped bacon with a bacon drizzle. It's almost too much.
Bacon wrapped bacon with a bacon drizzle. So we're gonna bring all the guys up here. Well, I mean, that was just awesome. Park all these cars, the beautiful looking machines up here on the front straightaway, bring them onto the Angel Ones platform, and you're going to go down and talk to them here in a second. But what a phenomenal team tandem battle that was.
Yeah, it was crazy good to watch. And there wasn't any big prize money out there, but this was for bragging rights. This was for trophies. And I mean, it was just for having fun with your buddies. And it's like, you got 3 or 4 of your best friends out there that these guys fully trust each other 100% on track. And I mean, it's all for our viewing pleasure. Couldn't thank them enough. Great show that they put on. And,
exactly, yeah. I mean,
let's go wrap it out.
If you guys missed it, come on out to next year's. You're going to want to be here. It is phenomenal. We'll go down Ben White, down on the Angel Wins platform with your top 3.
All right, killer driving, guys. We all loved it. You guys had the crowd going wild, like all 3 of you all day, just slaying out there. So I loved it. Thank you guys so much for putting on a great show for all of us. But now get the hell off my stage.
Okay. Thanks, dude.
I did. All right, let's do, the next 2 categories that we saw, this is going to be really quick because the same guy won both of them, okay? So we had the Hoonoff and we had the 360, okay? Who do you think won it? Who do you think? You guys know who won it, right? You got absolutely. It's Mr. Jared Bradfield in the WRX wagon. So let's get him up here. He gets some hardware. Is it just one hardware or is it hardware's plural?
I don't know.
He won both.
No, there's the one's a
Oh, he gets a Hyundai? Okay, so he gets some cold hard e-cash and he gets the trophy. Hey man, throwing one 360 is sick. But throwing the second round out there was ballsy and it was exciting. I mean, what possessed you to do that?
We practice this quite a bit, open drift a lot on the tech course, and we're here just to put on a show. What everybody likes is to see some, not carnage always, but pretty much that. Just put on a show, get it to the wall, and that's something scary doing is trying to throw it at the wall and getting just smoked out. So.
All right, man. Well, you're a killer. Who you got up here with you?
This is my baby. She's almost a year-old. She's a track baby.
She's a little track baby?
Amira.
Her name's Amira? Hi, Amira. Is it fun watching Dad out there? Is it awesome? I'm gonna say yeah. She just said yeah. She's just enthralled by this lighty uppy thingy. So that's her toy as much as it's your trophy. So killer job out there. And then the Hoonoff, man, just going hard, just ham and eggs out there. Is there inspiration, or are you just trying to do the dumbest thing possible?
No, today that was all for Matt. Straight up, Matt is the reason why we've been to Driftcon. He's a very encouraging dude and just made sure that we kept coming and were able to put on the show. So that was just balls out. It was 4th gear, send it, full throttle, and all for him.
4th gear and 2 tires for Matt. You heard it here. Give him a big round of applause. He killed it all day. Put it on a show for you. We might have to start transitioning that Mr. Driftcon title. I mean, we don't see a Torrin out here, but we see a Jared killing it all day. So good job out there, man. Loved watching it. And we're going to see more of it. So now we got the team tandem show off. So let's get Team Ignant up here. Team Ignant up here. So DJ, your car broke.
Rod knocked.
Rod knocked. Okay, so it broke.
And knocked before we got into top third. It rod knocked before we got top third, and I decided to send it so we could get into the top 3.
So then you borrowed a car, and on paper, a 350Z is a 350Z, right?
You would think.
How'd that work out for you?
Not well. Did not have the forward grip my car does, so I went to go initiate and come back this way and ended up doing like a 360.
And then it looked like after that, you had a thought of a sedan should be about the same, right?
Yeah, shout out to Cody at Full Deck. He gave me 4 cars to pick out of, and I was just going to try all of them.
Well, shout out to Cody at Full Deck. He was going to try and do his best. Unfortunately, he didn't get another opportunity to do it. But you guys put on a hell of a show. Lots of fun to watch. Give him a round of applause. Team Ignan here. You got plaques?
Yeah.
Do they all light up or just one light up? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, good job. Get off my stage. Just kidding. I love you guys. All right. So next up, we basically announced the winner, right? Announced-ish. He's saying no. So I'm going to get both teams up here. So I'm going to need Mixed Breed and Goon Squad up here on either sides of me. Look at these goony ass guys. Just gooning. Okay, you guys over here, gotta keep them separated. That's what the offspring said. So I'm gonna talk to Mixed Breed right now. So Mixed Breed, I mean, you guys, it's exactly what it is. Just a mixed breed, just a weird collage of cars, but somehow it works. Who wants to tell me why? Because I'd like to know.
Honestly, it was, what did we start? Yeah, right. We started driving like, 4 years ago or something? And we won every single Driftcon event in our senior year. And
18.
I don't know, we just kind of took a break. Chase went for FD, and then we kind of separated, and then we finally came back on our ways, and I got my FD car, he's got his, and we just kind of, I don't know, we just mesh. He's got a crazy-ass Datsun 510 that he built, and he's got a beater-ass E30 or E46 or whatever.
You're done with it.
And yeah. We just have fun, that's all it really is.
Oh, yeah,
so,
100%.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Well, it's fun to watch. He wouldn't have to bump you if he had more angles, so just remember that for next time. we could tell, man, skinny pedal down and just steer that thing, right? So give these guys a round of applause. This is Mixed Breed. They kill it every time. And speaking of every time, so I'm up there. So this is Goon Squad, by the way. I don't know if you know who Goon Squad is, but this is Goon Squad right here. So I'm up there, and I'm just watching you guys there's 3 bumper sweeps on every transition, and I'm just watching, and it's almost expected from me now of this just happening, of like this outstanding, absurd tandems happening. I mean, do you just keep doing what you do, or do you try and up the ante next time?
Yeah.
Anyone want to field that?
I think we're just going to keep doing exactly what we're doing.
Well, you get faster.
Yeah, we'll just keep going faster. Yeah, I mean, we're all trying to get faster. They need more horsepower. He needs more horsepower. This guy's car is stock, so yeah. More power, more grip.
Go faster.
I mean, it works, and I said it hella disrespectfully, but it's so good what you guys do every time out there on track. I love watching it. I think these guys kind of like watching it. It's okay, right? It's all right, right? So, I mean, I don't think I need to tell you, at Driftcon Afterdark, your team tandem winners, it's the Goon Squad. Mixed Breed coming in second.
5. Good job. Hey, Zach. Thanks, dude.
Oh, here, let me get out of the way. I didn't win nothing. Y'all won stuff.
So you're lightning quick, run off stage, get right back into the booth. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, especially because my shoes were held together with rubber bands at that point.
So Driftcon Afterdark, your thoughts? It was a very different Double H showdown, unique format of how we qualified it, switching courses halfway through, but overall, it seemed like a success.
Dude, it was an unreal success. It was so much fun, just every aspect of it. The car show, watching our guys step up their car builds, watching them pick drivers semi-awkwardly, but just how it shaped out was fantastic. The 2 different courses, I didn't know how it was going to work out. It was phenomenal. It was great. I loved every bit of it. You know, we tried a little bit different stuff. We tried to get a little bit innovative with our drift competitions this year, and it seemed like it worked out pretty well, especially for Tyler Mayer. He's, you know, won the big bounty shootout, and he won this Double H showdown, so he's loving it. He hopes that we innovate more so he could get some more of that cheddar cheese.
Exactly, yeah. We got the new pavement in the infield that really let us do some more unique course setups and whatnot. I think overall it paid off really well, as you guys saw here on Home Track Heroes throughout the year. Next year, I mean, we're going to be releasing the schedule here for 2023 really soon. Stay tuned to the website, Evergreen Studio on social media as well, and you can start circling those dates for Driftcon or all these big events that we have in the 2023 season. It's going to get here quick, and I'm looking forward to it next year.
Dude, it's going to be so much fun. We got Grassroots Round 3 coming up on October 8th, and then we're going to have an open drift on October 16th, and that's my foreseeable future right now. So I'm hoping that schedule comes out soon. I'm excited to see it. I hope you guys are excited to see it, and I hope to see some more friendly faces out there at these events.
Exactly, yeah. So you guys have one more show here on CW11 to watch, and then it's going to be on to the 2023 season. But next week on Home Track Heroes, it's the 60 Minutes of Fear, one of the biggest figure eight races we have all year long. 60 straight minutes of figure eight racing. Not to mention we have the Stinger 8s in action.
Ooh.
We got the Youth Hornets. We got the Mini Bump to Pass. We got buses.
Let's do it.
And we got the Hornet Nationals.
Holy cow.
So yeah, it's an action-packed show. You're definitely going to want to tune in and watch. But thank you so much for watching Driftcon After Dark right here on CW11. My name is Kyler Hope, and as always, that was Danger Ben White.
Danger Ben White, keep the pedal to the metal, slay all tires.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on CW11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.